Hey, it's Mr. Bass. I got a load of stuff in from several places, actually, not just one tackle store. And I thought I would just go ahead and unbox all this stuff and show it to you before I put it all away. There's a real variety here. I listed swim baits because swim baits are usually, super popular and everybody wants to know and see about swim baits. So what I'll do is I'll show you one swim bait first, and then I'll show you the 6 cent swim baits at the end. This is a bait that it really, in my opinion, is a tried and true swim bait. Been around for a really long time. Let's see if I can get my glare. The Depths Slide Swimmer 250. This one, I guess you could say, is not as sexy as some of the other ones out now, because this one's old school. It's been around a long time now. But guys who know this is still a tried and true fish catching swim bait. And I got quite a few of these slide swimmers, the 250 size. I really like them. I think they're great. And this is one color. The reason I bought this is a color that became available that I've wanted for a long time and haven't been able to get. It's the Butch Brown, basically, trout pattern. It's called Butch Brown Kokanee, number 37. And so that's why I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and get this bad boy. And I'm fishing with it. That's why I buy these things. So that's the first one, and I'm excited to have it. All right, now just kind of following what everybody else is doing, I had to get me some Evo chatterbaits. And I'm kind of torn about these. I still wanted to give them a shot. I wanted to try out their colors. This one here is their bluegill color, which I really like. And it's, you can see with the price, it's only $10 versus, the jackhammers are 15, 16, 17 bucks, depending upon where you get them. Hard as heck to get out of the package. So what's different about the Evo? Well, some of their colors I think are a little different. The big thing that's different is this blade. It's the same old chatterbait blade, but it's got this, it's got kind of a rough painted texture and some glittery stuff on it. Is that going to matter? Is that going to help you catch more fish? I got no idea. Looks like it's got the typical hook, but it does have a pretty nice bait keeper here. And this bait keeper is specifically designed for Elastec type plastics. And of course, all the Z-Man plastics are made of that stuff. So they're making this so that you can use one of their Z-Man trailers to hold that in place. Nice bait, nice color, and it's considerably cheaper than the jackhammer. But is this going to replace my jackhammers? I bet not. So that's the bluegill. I got several colors. I got the bluegill. I got the white, the chartreuse and white, the black and blue, and green pumpkin. Now these do come with a 5/0 hook. That's a pretty beefy hook. They call it a heavy duty hook. And the skirts are tied on with a wire. So that's good. Have not fished the Evos yet, but I'm sure they're just like any chatterbait. They're going to catch fish. All right, now here is a local jig from a local company here in Arkansas. Arkansas Custom Tackle. Kind of a finesse jig head. These skirts are living rubber. They also do silicone. And I like these finesse style ball head jigs. So these are some that have living rubber. I also got a few with more of a marabou type, skirt. So I got a few of these to try in different colors. This one's kind of like natural with a little purple in it. Here's a red with some brown and orange. Here's plain old green pumpkin. And these do have a single weed guard, but they're pretty stout. Another thing that I'm going to try is I do throw a lot of swim jigs, and my buddy Joe has been having a ton of luck with the V&M Pacemaker swim jig. I've never tried these. It's called the Pulse swim jig. I just got one size, 1/4 ounce. This is the bluegill color. Nice looking skirt. You know, that bluegill color. That's nice. And you know, Cliff Pace, he is a tackle tinkerer. He creates a lot of his own baits and lures, and I'm sure V&M has given him the leeway to have a lot of input in these colors. That bluegill color's nice. This one they call threadfin shad, which really just to me looks like sexy shad. Black and blue. White. Got a lot of these. There's another bluegill, threadfin shad, blue. That must be all that I got. Was more whites, more threadfin shad, more bluegill. Another thing I got was from LureNet. You know, Frank Skalich over there is always custom color painting things. And it's jerkbait season, so they have some Smithwick Rogues, the Pro Rogue, which is the size that I like to throw more than any. It's 4.5 inches long and 3/8 of an ounce. But he's got some custom painted colors, and I was like, man, those are sweet. I want to try those. So I bought several. This one is called FX Oil Green. Black head, yellow eyes, got a little lavender purple on the back, very subtle. And then you can see the sides are also very pearlescent. Really cool looking. This one is blue violet. And at first look, that back looks black, but I guess it's more purplish than it is black. Again, the yellow eye. Little pinkish red on the chin. Violet chartreuse. This to me, we used to call this Diet Dew, Mountain Dew. Diet Dew is what we call for a little more subtle. Not so bright like that belly. See, that belly's really kind of a bright chartreuse, and then almost white pearlescent on the sides. A blue spot around the eye, and then a very light lemony back. Kind of cool. All right, and this one's almost identical to it. Instead of violet chartreuse, it's called violet cream. Maybe it does look a little more cream colored on the back. The side looks very similar around that blue, around that eye. Here they are side by side, just so you can kind of see. These are different colors. That chartreuse, I guess it looks almost the same, except for that chartreuse on the belly. That's the difference. This one they're calling, the top one here, they're calling violet cream. And this one they're calling violet chartreuse. Okay, Northern Lights. Darker on the back. You can see that violet purple there. Really dark around the yellow eye. And then bright chartreuse underneath. Last one I got is oil blue. Really like this one. Kind of like a sexy pro blue. Real subtle pink spot on the chin under there. Nice. All right, so those are the Rogues. A couple other things before I get to the Hangover. I bought a couple of these Kistler chromium reels because they're on sale. Now, these are made in Korea. They say that they are a $300 value, and you can get them for like $149 right now, so half price. I got two of the 200 size at 8:1 gear ratio. A couple reasons I bought this is I really like Kistler products. They're high quality products. Their rods are superior. I'm very hard to convince on reels, though. I am kind of a name whore. I don't know what you'd call. I really like the brand names. Shimano and Daiwa are pretty much my two go-to reels, and I've really never had a reason to change. But just for such a good price, I thought I'm going to try it. And these are made by a very reputable factory in Korea, from what I'm told. They're aluminum. They have put, the one nice thing about these is they do have a nice deep spool on them. Nice brake adjustment on the outside. They say that they've got very, very high quality components. They use a lot of stainless steel interiors. As far as their nuts and their bolts, they use real brass and really solid metal type fittings. They don't use any plastics. It does feel really good in my hand. It looks good. It doesn't feel or look like a cheap reel. Is it a $300 reel? I'm not sure. I've not fished with it yet, so I can't really recommend it yet. But if you can get a $300 reel for $150, to me, that's a good thing. So I got two of these. All right, a couple of other unique things that I got. I decided to try a couple of topwater baits from this company called Cast. I think they're out of Australia. They're very pricey, but everything I've read and seen about them is that they are just awesome baits. So, sucker me, I decided to try their topwater plug, the OG. Let me take it out and show you. I guess originally they started out as saltwater, and now they're selling smaller freshwater baits. This color is called Bankroll. It's a silent spook. Go and look some videos up of the guys fishing with these things. You fish it very aggressively, very erratically, walk the dog sort of bait, but it really triggers bites. Very impressive. I'm not sure what it's made out of. It feels and looks almost metallic, but I don't know if that's the case. But that's the OG, and this is a popper style bait called the Down Under. This color is black pearl chrome, 20 grams, and this is big for a popper. You know, this is not your daddy's Rebel Pop R. Those things are about this big. You know, this is a very big popping lure. Comes in 3 different colors: Bartlett Bluegill, Black Pearl Chrome, which is this one, and River Gray. All their baits come with BKK treble hooks. The Down Under and the OG. Okay, I had minor technical difficulties. I had to switch my camera over. Next thing up, I wanted to show you, this is not necessarily a new product, but it's one I wanted to talk about. It's by Z-Man, and it's called the Bait Lockers for soft plastics. And I absolutely love this thing. This is my second one. I bought a second one because I love my first one so much. Got back from a week-long fishing trip in Florida, and this is my soft plastic container that I use fishing on the kayak. And I've tried a lot of different things. You know, I have my crate and all that kind of stuff, but I like to keep my soft plastics under my seat. Well, on my New Canoe Unlimited, this fits perfectly underneath my seat, for one. That's one great thing. The other thing that I love about it is it's just got a ton of room. It's got these Velcro dividers that you can manipulate so you can have different sizes and, you know, depths and things, which is great. It has these latches, these clips, which is great when you're carrying, you know, you're carrying it a long way and you got it loaded down. But when you're on the boat, you can leave it unlocked, and it just has a little magnetic flap that's all you need. And so I don't have to mess with these latches, open, close, while I'm on the boat during the day because of the magnets. Just great flexibility, perfect fit under the boat. To me, this is the perfect kayak soft tackle bag. Another great thing is on the side, they got this mesh pocket, the entire length of the container here, so you can, you know, put stuff in here, and it's a zippered mesh pocket, which again, more great storage. And then on the inside, in addition to the pockets where you put all of your soft plastics, they also have these plastic Velcroed pockets. There's multiple pockets here, and I like to put terminal tackle and all kinds of stuff in here, hooks and things that I'm going to use for the day. So this is like, it's like a great day box is what I would say. A really fantastic day box. Here's another thing that's really nice about it. This bottom, if you can see from here on down, is it's kind of like a rubberized membrane, and you're going to get wet in the kayak. You're going to get water in the bottom of the kayak, and this helps keep your stuff dry. A lot of guys would say, well, I'll just use a plastic bin or something. I've got plastic bins. I've used plastic bins. To me, this has a much bigger capacity than the biggest plastic bin that I can get to fit under my seat. And just all in all, this thing is just fantastic in every way, in my opinion. All right, I do have some 6 Sense baits. Ben Milliken, he's all over the internet. Everybody's talking about his stuff. Before I get to his swim bait, I want to show you some of these panorama baits that I bought. This is the 2.8 size. This color's Pro Blue. And they call this the Sonar series. I don't know what that means. What I guess it means is that this is a forward-facing sonar type bait that would work great. Put it on a drop shot, put it on a little swim bait jig head. The 2.8 size is small. It's smaller than I envisioned. And I know what 2.8 inches is, but it still just kind of surprises me how small this 2.8 size is. But I bought quite a few of the 3.5 size as well, which is a little better, I think. I mean, obviously this little 2.8 will work fine as a drop shot lure, but this 3.5 is probably the smallest one that I'm going to fish, and I really think I want to try some bigger sizes, but I didn't buy anything bigger than this. This color here is Ghost Pro Shad. Got a few of this 4K shad, which I think is really cool with that blue accent there on the top of the tail. There's a lot of detail in this little soft plastic skinny bait. I got a couple of the Pro Blue as well. The Pro Blue Minnow is what it's officially called. So it's a very interesting, unique bait. This paper thin almost swim bait. Very, very unique. All right, now the controversial Hangover top hook design. Here it is. This is 6 1/4 inches long and just under 3 ounces. They come in 3 different sink rates. This is the fast sink, which is supposed to sink at 0.65 seconds per foot. Then they have a medium sink, which is 0.85 seconds per foot, and a slow sink, which is 1.05 seconds per foot. Basically, the fast sink one weighs almost 3 ounces. The slow sink one weighs 2.5. So you can see it's just about weight. But I watched his video on this before I ordered these, and he seemed to say that for just general purposes, if you just kind of wanted the best all-around sink rate, he thinks it's this one, the heaviest one. And there's a lot of complaints, and he even warned people on his video, some of you guys will not be happy with the way this moves in the water, because if you don't retrieve it the correct speed, it's going to turn over on its back, turn over on its side. And there are tons of people out there complaining about this is the crappiest bait out there. Just terrible. The action's terrible. Everybody's unhappy. The funny thing is, if you go on their website, which I'm looking at right now, they've got they have 19 different colors, all at 3 different sink rates. So that's almost 60 different baits you could buy on the website, and almost every one is sold out. There's a few left, but almost all of them are sold out. So whether people like them, love them, hate them, they're selling like crazy right now because of Ben Milliken. I did get several colors, and I'm going to take one out of the package. I'm not going to take them all out, but I'm going to take one so that I can kind of show you. One thing I do like is they say that this, they actually recommend how to fish it. Heavy action rod, which, duh. But line, 20 to 25 pound test if you're using fluoro. 50 to 60 pound braid if you're going to use braid. That's helpful. I mean, really it is. It may sound elementary, but okay, this is a line through swim bait, which means the hook is attached to a line that goes through the bait. He says that he prefers a top hook design. Most swim baiters say that that's probably not your best chance for hookup rates, that you would be much better off hooking your treble hook on the belly. But it's hard to argue with Ben Milliken, who's one of the best swim bait fishermen on the planet. He just is. Whether you love him, like him, hate him, whatever, it's very hard to deny that the guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to swim baits. But I did see Turkula's video kind of bashing Milliken and definitely bashing this bait, talking about what crap it is. And he basically said, and he might be right, he probably is right, just because a guy knows how to catch fish with a swim bait doesn't mean he knows how to design a swim bait. And there could be some truth to that. Okay, so let me just show you the ones I got. I got 2 Pro Blue. I just like Pro Blue, and I really like 6 Cents version of Pro Blue on a lot of their baits. So I got 2 of these. This is Ghost Gizzard. I'll show you both sides, maybe be able to see it a little better that way. Clear Water Shad. Just think there's 19 different colors. I did not buy 19 of these. But you don't need 19 different colors. You probably, I think even Ben in one of his videos talks about how, well, color's not nearly as important as action. And I think that's why everybody's mad, is because they hate the action in the water of this thing. This one I like quite a bit, Barfish. It's got kind of purple, pinkish purple on the back, then it turns bluish, and then quite bright chartreuse on the belly. This is a really nice color too, Honey Hitch. Look at that one. I think just the detail and the look, I don't think they've skimped on it. I really think these have some very realistic looking textures to them and colors and pearlescent type painting on it, if you will, or whatever you call it. I just think they're very good looking baits. All right, this last one I'm going to take out of the package because I think this is my favorite color that I bought. And this is called 4K Shad. They say that these packages are reusable. Well, what they mean is this inner plastic piece to kind of protect it and keep it together. Because you got to rip the paper apart to actually get the thing open. All right, there it is. Beautiful lure. That big old tail. He talks about a lot about the Bass Pro swim bait that got discontinued that had this amazing action. And he really, the more he talked about it, the more I think he's trying to copy that or mimic that to some degree. This, of course, is much more detailed, much higher quality, much better finishes than that old Bass Pro bait that you no longer can buy. But to me, just this kind of this scale-like pattern on the sides looks very lifelike to me. And that's kind of why I really, really like this 4K Shad color. What do you think? Do you think that the Hangover is junk over? Is this frog fur, as I like to say, or is it the real deal? I haven't even put it in the water yet. I'm going to go down and throw it some and see what they're saying and see if it's really junk. And if it is, I'll send all these back. But in the meantime, I at least got to give it a go. Okay, that is this crazy unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, this is Mr. Bass. Happy fishing.